welcome back to Hose Jockeys Unite. This is our after-hour show in the day room. My name is Chris. I'm your host, and my co-host here is Jay Gallagher.
What's up going on, everybody?
Hey, Jay. And we have a special guest with us tonight. A good friend of mine I used to work with back in South Carolina, back at when we did non-emergency transports. Malik Curtin, aka the leak guy. What's up, Leak?
What's up, bro?
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, uh, content creator for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Been a fireman for 13 years. Been assistant chief. Done a couple things. Just right now, the journey of being a motivational speaker. So that's where I'm at right now.
Motivational speaker. I got you. So, Jay, what about you?
Oh man, I've been firefighter for 30 some years. Retired. Held every rank from basic grunt firefighter all the way up to captain. Made it all the way to paramedic, and kind of like one of those been there, done that type deals. And it's nice to be retired.
Retired and crabby.
Krabby, Grouchy, uh, you name it. Talk to my wife; she can come up with a few other names.
Well, I bet she can. Well, everyone knows me. I'm Chris. Again, I said I'm the host. I'm a full-time EMT. Been a volunteer firefighter for 7 years. Was paid for a year, and then I went to EMS. So, Jay, what do you got in store for the show today?
Well, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun, but I want to ask Chief here. Have you, in your time being on the fire department, have you heard any kind of superstitions or uh, legends or anything of the type?
To what now?
I said, have you heard of any superstitions being on the jobs, or legends? What? Don't do this or this will happen. Or
Oh, not really. The biggest thing was just don't step over the ladder. Don't step over it. Don't walk under it.
yeah,
That was just the biggest thing.
I got you. Well, tonight I thought to kick off the show, we have a little fun, seeing as to how it's Halloween's right around the corner and everything. We'll discuss some of the superstitions that float around the fire scenes
EMS.
and whatnot, and EMS. So, since my computer will cooperate with me, here we go. Yeah, the wonders of modern technology, y'all. Okay. Coming in at number one. But you know what? Let's do this back. Let's go from
20?
highest to lowest.
From 20?
Yeah, number 20.
All right.
Coming in at number 20. And Chris, you've had some experience with this one.
Okay.
Never watch Backdraft or any other fire rescue show while on duty. Guaranteed call getter.
Right. When I was a paid firefighter, every time somebody put backdraft on, the tones dropped when we got a structure fire. Every time. Never failed.
The number 19. Never come on shift as a white cloud. You'll be guaranteed to miss the fires.
That's
So,
true.
for everybody, for the ones who listening that don't know, uh, a white cloud, no calls, no nothing. You stay in the station all the time. A black cloud, you catch hell.
So on the EMS side,
So,
I'm more or less of a white cloud, but lately I'm starting to get grayer and grayer as it goes. We've had last 7 shifts, we've had a cardiac arrest every time, every shift.
Wow.
So it's getting there.
Let's see. Number 18. Don't be the one wearing a long sleeve shirt to work. This promises to get a call.
Never heard that one.
I ain't never heard of that.
I'd never heard it either till I seen it on the internet. And I'm like, what? What are you going to do in the wintertime, you know? Let's see. Now, this one, number 17, Philip, I hope you're listening because this is dedicated to you, my cousin. Never play AC/DC while responding to a call. It's bound to be an ass kicker.
Truth.
We had a fire one night, and he was driving our new utility van. And he had the radio on. And when he checked the unit en route, not only did you hear his radio traffic, you heard AC/DC's Highway to Hell in the background.
Philip's on.
That was for you, Philip.
Let me pop this comment up here real quick.
Oh, Lord.
Philip says, yes, I'm on. And hello, Charlie Garcia from South Carolina as well. Is that one of your followers?
Yeah. My people.
Sweet.
So, Philip, if you didn't hear it, I'll repeat it for you. Never play AC/DC while responding. It's bound to be an ass kicker. Number 16.
And there's our current chat that we have up, just so you can see who we have on.
Number 16. Never shower after a job. You'll be sure to get another one.
I ain't never heard that
one. No,
some of these I've never heard of either. But like I said, they were on the internet. So cleaning or painting your hand tools is a sure way to provoke the fire gods. That's number 15.
Nope.
Let's see. Number 14. The more you eat, the fuller you are. The fuller you are, the worse you'll feel when the third alarm bangs out.
That doesn't sound like a superstition. That just sounds like good advice.
Yeah.
That goes along with never eat more than your mask can hold.
Well, that's number 13. Never eat more than your mask can hold. Let's see. Number 12. Spaghetti dinner. Go on and get on the rigs. The fire's coming.
Never heard that one.
That's new.
Well, when I was on duty, it did seem that when we would have spaghetti for supper, we'd get one pretty quick after dinner.
I don't eat spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Let's see. Number 11. Kill a cricket in the apparatus bay, you'll get a fire.
Never heard that one either. Jay, you heard that one?
I'd never heard of that one either. Okay. Chief, have you ever heard it?
Never.
Now number 10 is true.
Yeah, it
never matters. As soon as I go to do what I have to do, the tones drop. On number 10. Go ahead, Jay.
Number 10. Never poop in comfort. Always be ready to wipe.
Never fails. As soon as I sit down, we get a call.
Now, true story. The department that my dad was chief at, you had to be on the truck within a minute and a half of the tone dropping. Well, what they would do is, when they would go to the bathroom, they'd pull off some toilet paper and pad their underwear. Well, my uncle, who also worked at the same department, he went to the bathroom and he padded his drawers. Then the bell dropped. He pulls his pants up, slides the pull, gets on the tailboard, and going down Church Street, he's leaving the poo-poo ticker tape parade. because it was coming down his pant leg and out the bottom of his pants. True story. So, let's see. Number 9.
That's nasty.
Nasty but true, Chief. I swear to you, it's true. See, number 9. Never go to sleep right away after laying down. Stay awake for at least 15 minutes. Otherwise, you'll be assured of a bad call within 5 minutes of going to sleep.
Happened to me.
See.
I don't know about that, but that goes along with the next one coming up.
Yeah. Number 8 is, yeah.
So number 8 is never go to bed before 10. This guarantees a call between 1 and 3. I always stay up till about midnight because knowing how our calls fall on EMS, every time it's guaranteed we'll get a call. If, after 12.
Well, I never thought about it until I read this. But when I was on shift, none of us went to bed till about midnight. And, we'd get the occasional one, but it wasn't as often as you would think. So, number 7. Planning on family visiting you on duty? Forget it. The big one's coming.
Never had that happen to me. When I worked fire, I've had my wife and kid over all the time. And we never got any calls. I mean, we get them, but nothing like,
Now, number 6. If the shift before you didn't run a single call, prepare for hell. Number 4.
What's that, Malik?
Do what?
I don't believe that. I think I went a week and a half with no calls.
Huh.
Wow.
Is that at Lancaster or Chester?
Nah, I was in Chester, and then at Great Falls, I went 8 shifts with no calls.
So
and then after that, it was 8, 9 calls every shift. I think the most I ran.
You were at Great Falls Rescue.
Yeah, I'm the sergeant there.
Okay.
But I think the most calls I ran in one shift was 25.
Yeah.
When I was living at the coast, I don't know if y'all remember the March 13th storm that come through there. And in that period of time, we run like 38 calls in 24 hours.
Dang, that's a lot.
Well, that's that's a given.
Yeah, it was to the point where we had the auxiliary or the juniors rather.
Yeah.
They were coming in and repacking the truck with dry hose while we were fighting fire.
Dang.
So let's see where we at. Number 5. Bad calls come in threes.
I wouldn't say bad calls. I just say all calls because that's how that's how it statistically is with EMS. Where I work, it's all of our calls tend to come in threes, and it just blows the county up, and then it's done. But they're not necessarily bad or good. It could be 3 granny snatchers, or it could be a wreck, cardiac arrest, and something else. But it's not necessarily all bad calls.
Yeah.
If we went a spell without a call, and our call started out with a vehicle fire, the third one guaranteed will be a structure fire every time. Kind of weird, but that's how it worked. Let's see, number 4. Full moon on Friday the 13th. Stage all apparatus.
False. False. I worked Friday the 13th, and it was almost a full moon this past weekend. I don't think we had but 2 calls that whole night for EMS. And it was nothing to them.
Y'all did good.
What's that?
Y'all did good.
Yeah.
Really? Let's see. Number 3. To ensure a busy shift, be sure to wash the front of your unit.
Never heard of that one.
Well, I found another part to it after I'd sent the list to you.
Okay.
It said clean trucks are happy trucks, and happy trucks like going to fires.
Okay.
That's true.
Now, see, number 2, never plan a sit-down dinner with your crew. The big one will hit.
That's kind of the same as that other one.
Now,
The spaghetti dinner, maybe.
yeah. And number 1, drum roll, please.
Okay.
Close enough, Rosie. That was my dog shaking his head. Saying the dreaded Q word is equal to cursing at your mother while in church.
True.
There will be people that will swear up and down if you say quiet that nothing different happens. But I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 with me. I've had it both ways where they've said to quiet and all hell breaks loose, and then somebody said, hope you have a quiet night, and nothing happens. So it's kind of 50-50, I think.
Yeah, I can remember it was like your second or third shift when you were running fire. I told you I hope it was a quiet shift. And next morning you text me and said, thanks a lot, asshole. I run my butt off.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, folks, that's it for the superstitions. And let's Chris or Chief, if y'all know another one that I might have missed.
They say never shine your boots because if you shine your boots, that'll cause you to have a bad call. I think that's more of an EMS thing than a fire.
Yeah,
man. I just run calls. They come in, or they don't, they don't.
Right.
Yeah. So there was one that my son just found. It says when you leave the station on an EMS call, make sure you take your boots with you.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, mine are usually on my feet. I'm just saying. My boots are usually on my feet when I leave a station on a call.
But yeah, okay.
I don't know where that came from, but I mean, it's kind of true.
Yeah. But
generally go to calls wearing Crocs or flip flops. So.
Oh yeah.
When we were living on the coast, we'd have guys show up on flip flops.
I'm a Croc boy.
Oh, I have Crocs that I wear in the station, but as soon as I get a call, the boots go on.
Yeah. They don't make Crocs in my size. Chief, I wear a size 17 double E.
Sound like a battery.
Battery. He's a
17 double E.
You're talking to the original Sasquatch.
That man drive a school bus. Oh man, that's crazy.
There it is. Just trying to find me a pair of shoes at Walmart one time, and the associate come up asking what I was looking for. I told him what size. They just laughed at me. Said, we only go to size 12. Truth.
Good job there, Jay.
So every time
can you cook pretty good on the grill?
I used to could. I'm pretty much confined to a wheelchair now. because I got arthritis in my knees and my hips.
He's got
Arthritis.
He's got firefighter's disease. You know, you do it so long, you break your body down.
That's everybody.
That's exactly what the doctor said. I was doing stuff on the fire ground that my body wasn't made to do.
There you go.
So,
Chris?
but
Chris is old now.
I am.
Time for you to slow up a little bit.
That's what I'm working on.
Sure.
I can cook on the grill. I just don't have one because I live in an apartment right now. But yeah, I can cook on the grill. What was your question about that?
You know, they say all firemen can cook.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's true.
No.
Some people can't cook.
Some firemen can't boil water.
And I'm looking at one of them right now. My son.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. My oldest boy, he's fire and rescue also, and he can cook ramens really good. Other than that,
so that's all you eat, the ramen?
Yep.
I don't know.
But what was your favorite firehouse meal?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Usually we did steak and potatoes. We used to do steak, potatoes, and green beans.
Green beans?
Yeah.
Chris, how about you?
Well, my partner Kaylee, she could cook. I promise. I'll give you that. She would bring all kind of like crazy stuff, and she'd bring it and cook. She brought deer chili one night. Her boyfriend killed a deer, and he made some deer chili. She brought deer chili one night, and that was really good. We had it. She made some chicken sometimes, and we would go to the store and both pitch in and just get different stuff and cook.
I gotcha.
She got me turned on to those little Debbie cakes that were like the Christmas tree cakes.
Mm-hmm.
We would go and we'd buy like freaking cases of those little Debbie cakes and eat them at the fire station. Or what was it? The cherry gold sodas. I can't remember who makes them, but the choice cherry gold. She got me turned on to those too. But you can't find that.
Gotcha.
That's more like toward Gastonia.
Man, my dad would take and fire up the grill and put a Boston butt on there and cook it down to where it just literally fall off the bone and make barbecue out of it. And that's probably my favorite.
That sounds pretty good.
My pop could cook. There ain't no way two ways about it. So when he come on the job in 60,
Oh, I lost him. There he comes.
he learned to cook.
Okay.
So, but there's something that I want to talk about. It's going to sound crazy.
Okay.
It's going to sound ludicrous. But I'm having this issue.
There's a blue pill for that.
Gentlemen, I don't need that yet.
I'm just saying.
All
right, go ahead.
Male pattern hair loss. I'm serious. Where my helmet sit on my head, I'm losing it. No joke.
Is that like hat head?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I wore a leather helmet for God knows how long. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But seriously, right where my helmet would sit, I got a solar panel going.
I don't know. I just think your ass is getting old. Comes with age.
He say he got a solar panel.
He does.
Yep.
He got a solar panel going on.
Yeah, solar panel for a sex machine.
Damn.
So, but seriously, if anybody who's listening and have noticed that problem, let us know. I would appreciate it. So, back kind of on the serious side here.
Is there ever a
Chief, in all your years on the job, what was the most rewarding experience that you had?
Probably saving kids. Saving kids. Being able to just talk to people, after going through some traumatic stuff.
What about along that lines? What about public education with the kids?
That too.
Isn't that kind of what sparked your interest in the social media thing that you're doing now?
Yeah, for sure. I just like being I just like having a motivational impact or inspirational impact on like the kid. I like kids.
Yeah.
So
Going out to help the kids. I noticed that um, in watching some of your content that you do a lot like buy a backpack for kids kind of stuff, and when school starts, and making sure some of your local kids have like school supplies they need and whatnot.
Yeah, sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Chris, how about you?
I think just helping people in general is my motivation behind it. On the EMS side, I'm a little scared of pediatric calls, to be honest with you, because I'm still fairly new, and peds just scare me as far as pediatric calls go. But on the fire side, it doesn't bother me. Like if I pulled a kid out of a house, it would be rewarding as far as that goes. But I really enjoy the education side of it, like doing the educational events, helping kids with fire safety, and teaching them things like that.
Gotcha. With me, it's not just the public education part of it, but to take a probie on a training burn. And I don't know about you two, but the way that my dad used to do it, he was a burn instructor. He would take the new crew in and set them where he wanted them to be. Then he would light the room on, and he would instruct them what the fire's doing, how it's advancing toward you and whatnot.
The stages,
And
incipient stages of fire and things like that.
exactly. And he, would walk them through the whole thing. Then when it got going, he'd tell them to open the nozzle and they'd put it out. And the few times that I had the opportunity to take a rookie crew in like that, that's exactly what we did. And the look on their face, is rewarding to me, because they're seeing them soak in the knowledge and seeing what the fire's doing, and then when they hit the fire, hey, I can do this. Wet stuff on the red stuff.
Right.
The look on their face was rewarding to me.
Well, I know
So,
that about a month ago, I went back into my first fire after 2 years. It was a training burn, but it was an actual house, not a burn room. And I did a lot more. I did a lot better than I expected. I would have done after I've not been interior in over 2 years, because the last job I had, I was strictly an engineer, driver engineer, and my partner would always go in, so I never had any occasion to go in. And so, like I said, I haven't been in a fire in about 2 years, and I was actually kind of proud of myself at how quickly everything came back.
Tell them how much air you used and how many revolutions you made.
Had we had 6 evolutions, and I used a half a bottle of air. But
That's good.
it was in and out, in and out, in and out. It wasn't like playing around in there for like 20 minutes inside. So it was in and out. I went out, turned my bottle off, waited for my turn, turned it back on, went back in again. So.
Gotcha. All right, Chief. What was the funniest thing you've ever seen on a fire scene?
I think we had a fireman. He said something about having a stomach ache, right? And long story short, he used the bathroom on himself, and obviously he had no change of clothes, so he had to ride back with nothing on,
Mm-hmm.
just a jacket.
Look,
Wow.
Where'd you take your training at? York County or?
No, Columbia.
Okay. I was going to tell a story, but I didn't want to tell it if you knew who I was talking about. So there was a trainer at York County that did he was an assistant chief of one of the local fire departments there, and he was telling me a story about he went in there into a fire one time and his stomach started hurting really bad. So next thing you know, he's in this fully involved house just taking a dump in the bathroom. Comes out, has a big old black ring on his butt from where he sat down on the toilet seat. I mean, just sitting there. But he was a good trainer. He always made people laugh.
Well, when you got to go, you got to go.
I think we had a fireman one time. He got tired of laying down on the bed.
Lay down on the bed.
About 5 minutes.
Well, when the mood hits for a nap, let's see. We had this brand spanking new burn building built, and we were going to go on a Saturday and use it. We were the first ones to use it. Now, we got in there and got everything set up, lit the fire, and that thing was going pretty good. And the first crew comes in, opens the nozzle up, and we hear pow, 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 pow. What we didn't know, and nobody told us, the inside of this building had the same type of tile on it as they put on the bottom of the space shuttle.
Right.
And we were supposed to go down there the day before and preheat it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't do that.
So all those tiles were cracking.
To the tune of about $15,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we kind of broke the building.
Wow.
We went on a training bird one time and went in the training room, and the guys, the trainers were like, just go in there and hit it and come out. You know, don't stay too long. Go in there, hit it one, hit it one time and come out. Well, a guy comes in there. One of the firefighters go in there. Was in the group before me. Goes in there and just sprays the dog shit out of everything. Puts it all out. Everything's soaking wet. They couldn't get the fire started, so they had to cancel the burn because everything was too wet.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, in real life you're supposed to do that, but come on now. It's like they're trying to keep it burning so everybody can do it.
Yeah. We had one whole bunch of snakes came out.
Oh, hell no. I don't do snakes.
We had a house fire, and it was one of these guys that gets the venom from the poisonous snakes to make the antivenom.
Yeah.
And the house was fully involved when we got there. And we went in and knocked it down. And we come out, and we got a call on the radio for us to change out our bottles and report to the Delta side to help overhaul that side of the house. We got over there, and the assistant chief was standing there and says, "You ready?" And I said, "Yeah, overhaul." He turns around and picks something up and hands it to me. And it's a fish aquarium with a copperhead in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're kidding, right?" He's like, "No." And I'm walking across the yard. Here I am, 6'7", muscle bound, look like I'm not scared of anything, carrying this thing like that. And yeah, we had 15 different aquariums to get out of there. And then my dad goes in and he says, "Holy crap." And I hollered back, I said, "What?" He said, "Come here and look at this." There was an 18-foot python in the shower stall. So I'm gone.
Right.
You on your own, Pop. So yeah, I hate snakes too. So, Chief, if you could give one piece of advice to a rookie, first day on the job, what would it be?
You gotta listen.
Right.
Don't think you know everything. Have an open mindset, man, because anything can happen. The things that you think won't happen can happen and will happen. It's just it's based on you, based on how you react to it. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt the crew, and most importantly, you can hurt the family for sure. So listen to the old people, listen to the young people, and you be fine.
Listen to the old people because they didn't get old by being stupid.
Right.
Chris, how about you?
Learn learn something from every call. If you don't learn something from a call, you're not doing your job right. There's always something to learn on the call.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay?
It would be to tell the rookies to learn from the veteran firefighters, because it's the veterans' job to teach the rookies how to become veterans.
Right.
So that and keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, there was a Facebook post I was following not too long ago. A kid came in and said he was new to the fire service and asked, what kind of advice can you give? And half the trolls on there were just giving smart ass answers and just like knocking them down. I'm like, is that really even necessary? The guy's asking a legitimate question. It's like, don't knock somebody down for asking a question like that.
Exactly. So, what was it they say? The only dumb question is an unasked question.
Right.
So, yeah, don't never be afraid to ask if you don't know or don't understand. So, see, Phil, in reference to that fire that he was playing AC/DC to,
Yeah.
he puts a comment on here. It says, "Who knew it was a marijuana grow house?"
Yeah, here it is. There's his comment. Said, who knew it was
Yeah.
a weed house?
Yeah, I got there, and at the time I was safety officer, and I got my gear on. I'm heading up to the house, and I'm like, "Why is everybody standing in the smoke with no air pack on?" And then I caught a whiff of the smoke, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's funny.
So, but yeah, the whole attic was was a grow system,
Wow.
and one of the heat lamps shorted out. Now the funny thing of it is, while we were mopping up and packing up, our deputy chief went to Biscuitville, ordered, so help me, 200 biscuits for 30 firemen, and they were gone in about 15 minutes, every one of them.
God damn.
Yeah. To say we had the munchies was an understatement.
And then they had a random drug test after that the next day.
Yeah. Before I take this and pee in your cup, read the fire report. So, Chief, you got anything you would like to add on, or?
I ask you a question because you're older. What do you feel about younger people getting in the fire service?
I think it's a great thing, as long as they're not there to just for the T-shirt and to be able to run a red light and run, emergency traffic. If they're genuinely there to learn and want to serve the community, I think it's a great thing. We've had some guys show up and want to join up, and that's all they wanted was the T-shirt and the pager and the red light on the dash. You'd hardly ever see them at training. And they would do the bare minimum to skate by, and very rarely would you see them on a call.
That seems to be the trend with today's generation anyway. Sure. Kids nowadays want to do just the bare minimum they can to get by, and that's it.
Man.
Sure. That's true.
And on a job like this, you need to get all the training you can. Well, because not only does... Go ahead.
So that's why fire departments can't retain or especially volunteer fire departments can't maintain their membership, because people sign up and they realize how much training's involved, and they're like, well, I got to do all this on my own time. Well, yeah, you do. Sorry, I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go take these classes on my own time. Well, no, they don't want none of that. They just want to, like you said, they don't want to show up and do stuff and leave.
Now, I mean, if you want to belong to an organization, join the Moose Lodge or something. I mean, something that's not going to risk somebody's life, you know?
Right.
So what's your opinion on it, Chief?
I'm about with y'all. As long as you're willing to work, it should be good. But it's a lot of people that wear a lot of t-shirts.
There is
a lot of pages. It's a lot of people that do it and don't really know how to do the job. But when they get around these girls, friends, they talk a big game till it's time to work.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then you got nothing.
Until they have to go in there and pull settling or mop up.
Yep.
Fighting fire is the easy part. It's the mop up that's hard.
Well, the thing that get me is everybody think that fighting fire is just spraying water on fire. But you got to know what you're spraying. You got to know how to spray it. You might spray the wrong thing.
Yeah. You know? Spray water on magnesium and see what happens on a magnesium engine block.
Yep.
You got a fireworks show.
You know.
Yeah. Try it on one of these electric cars that the battery has thermal runaway.
We had a fireman spray a meter box.
Oh, that's awful. That's awesome.
Yeah.
electric cars is the biggest thing right now, though. Like,
Yeah.
I only dealt with two. It's definitely hard.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, when I retired out, the electric cars hadn't really gotten as big as they are now. So we really didn't have to worry about it. Now the magnesium engine blocks and steering columns and things like that, yeah. But the big batteries, no, we didn't have to worry about.
It's so much of a thing now that Rosenbauer has made a device called the best device that actually is designed to puncture batteries and extinguish the fire from the inside out.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, but it's a sales thing, just like all the other apparatus companies.
Yeah. Chief, what do you feel about speaking of electric cars? Chris, you probably know where I'm going. What do you think about electric fire engines?
I got to see two.
I've never seen one in person, so
Go to Charlotte.
okay. Sure.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I know they got those two new engines there.
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
It's a lot of water you carry on an electric truck.
Yep.
And one leak, whole truck is gone.
Yep.
So I don't think it's a good idea.
I really don't either.
I just don't think it's reliable.
Do what, Chris?
I said I don't think it's reliable, and the cost that it costs. And I think about, like we were talking about on our other show, what it would cost to replace a battery is prohibitive.
Yeah.
That's almost half the cost of a new diesel apparatus to buy a new battery.
Yeah. Now, one thing it was, I think it was on the same show, or a couple of shows later. Charlotte has started putting these green APUs on their rigs, and after 5 minutes, the actual engine will shut down. It'll still power the emergency lights and the air conditioning or the heat. But as far as the actual engine, it'll shut down unless the truck is put into pump gear and the pump's in operation. And that says save them over the course of time enough to put green APU units on other apparatus, and plus purchase two more with green APUs on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much thinking that's more or less just to run things like scene lights and power tools and whatnot.
Yeah.
Am I too far off there?
No. Like I said, the only time that green APU does not kick in is when the pump is in pump gear and in operation.
Right.
So other than that, the green APU takes over after 5 minutes of being stationary. So
does it? I guess is it designed to save diesel fuel? Then I guess.
And
instead of running a generator.
Exactly, and it's also designed to reduce the exhaust footprint, emissions footprint. So, and
go ahead, Jerry.
I think it was, if I remember correctly, without the green APU, the engine will burn like 5 gallons of fuel in an hour. With this green APU going, and an hour it burns like a half a gallon. So it's also fuel reduction also. And it takes away one preventative maintenance trip per year per truck, because this APU is taking over and the engine's not running as often.
Nice.
So I'm still trying to get a hold of the guy that's in charge of the maintenance for him.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be easier to get a hold of the president than to get a hold of this guy.
Probably so. So Malik, what's your opinion on tradition versus new technology? I guess you would say. Like, we had a show a while back. We were talking about where tradition has a time and a place, but it's not always. Don't always stick with tradition because it can cause problems.
Um,
Specifically, talking about our Charleston Nine show that we did,
okay,
where they were so tradition that they didn't change their tactics, and that's what got them killed.
true. I feel like a lot of people. I just had a conversation with somebody about this. You got to change according to how things are changing around you.
Right.
Every house isn't the same. Every car isn't the same. Every fire isn't the same. So you just got to work it with what you're dealing with. You can't fight a 2023 house like a house from the 50s.
Right. Exactly.
It's two different things.
And then that even goes as far as equipment. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I hate the Euro helmets because they're ugly. They're not traditional." Well, you know, I guess both have their advantages. From what I've heard on the Euro helmets, people who like them either they love them or they hate them. People who want them either like them or they hate them. So there's no in between.
Now, I might be stuck in the tradition part of this, but when I had my leather when I was on duty, I wore leather for probably 15 years, and I actually felt safer. It felt more safer with that leather on than it did with, like one of the I call them salad bowl helmets or Carnes 1010.
Now those are heavier.
That leather,
The plastic ones are heavier anyway.
man, that leather just felt safer to me. So I don't know if you want to call that tradition or personal preference or what.
But yeah, but I was hitting at the point of where these apartments get stuck so far back, they're just not adopting any new technology. They don't get extractors. They don't get newer air packs because they cost too much, or you know, don't get the new features on the air packs that are designed, like the GPS and Bluetooth and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all designed for safety, and why not? Just because you want to be cheap.
Exactly. So, Chief, what do you how do you feel about the fire service more or less being reactive than proactive? Because if you look back in the history of fire call or major fires in the United States, it takes a tragedy to change a fire code or get one enacted. So how do you feel about that?
When it comes to codes, man, I just tell them, let the fire marshal handle it. And what you got them for? Um, I don't really know what to say to that. Um, you just got to keep up with what's in your district. Keep up with your buildings. Do your inspections. That's what you got them for. You can't be scared to tell somebody something's wrong. You can't let your friends slide because it's their business.
Right.
You got to think about everybody else. It's more than one shift.
Now,
So,
gotcha. So some of the shows that we've been doing here lately has been kind of like case studies, and where we'll pick a major incident and go over it and kind of point out what they did right, what they did wrong, and not really place blame on anybody, but just use it as a teaching tool, for the younger generation that might be watching.
Right. And
So
Charlie Garcia commented, he says, any reliable safety measure or equipment is worth a life. Tradition has its place, but improvement and training should be priority. I would agree with that 100%.
same here.
Chris Charlie was a paramedic. Oh, he's a supervisor. EMS.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
He's a paramedic. He's in Chester now. He was in Lancaster.
Oh, okay. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever met him.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris, you got another question or anything?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. We've already filled an hour, so that's a good thing.
That quick?
That quick.
Wow.
So, but other than that, I mean, just like we always say, 2 in and 2 out. Everybody stay safe.
That's it.
And Leek, I appreciate you coming on tonight and
Sure.
joining us and bringing some of your viewers to as well. Hopefully, we can do it again soon.
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime you want to come.
Oh yeah, anytime y'all doing a show, man, just let me know.
And we do also do like this is our free, or what I call our freeform show. It's just not prepared. We just sit down. It's like a round table, like sitting around a kitchen table talking kind of thing. Whatever comes to mind, we talk about. I mean, we get some ideas, but we don't like heavily research the show before we do it. Like all we had tonight was that 20 list of things that we did, but then we do have another show, our regular Hose Jockeys Unite podcast and live show we do, where it's research, and it's a lot of things like we did one on the Charleston Nine, we did one on
Station Nightclub.
Station Nightclub. Our very first show was still my favorite, was about TV dramas on fire, like Station 9, 911, 911, and all those shows, and what we thought about them, and how real they were. And that's always, so we do topics like that as well, but we do a lot of historical reviews of incidents that happened in the past, so that way we can kind of review and see what went wrong, what the NIOSH report says, and what what people can do in the future to prevent things like that from happening. And then on our YouTube channel as well, we're starting to produce content as far as like how-to contents and things like that. So that's kind of the whole purpose of our little organization of what we're doing here.
Okay. I have to I'll let you know. I'm actually gonna be getting a class together on teaching about becoming a content creator, how to boost your content, how to get your numbers up. And Chris, you already know you in there free, so you ain't got to worry about it.
That's cool.
I'll make sure you get in. If anybody else that's on here tonight want to get in, it's free. So just come through. I'm willing to teach you whatever you want to know. I got a lot of followers. Today I just hit 75.9K.
Yeah, I saw that. You was talking to those girls earlier, and that was kind of tripping too.
Yeah, that was me just putting on, man. But like I say, I hit 75.9K today.
That's just on TikTok.
You can Google me.
What do you do on YouTube? What do you have on YouTube?
Actually, man, my videos on YouTube are going crazy. I literally had just posted a video before I got on here with y'all, and it's at 2.5K right now.
Wow.
I got some at 10.5K, 9K, 8.9. It's just you got to know how to do it. You got to know how to keep going. You got to know what the site you're using likes or the app, and just keep feeding it to them.
Like the algorithms and whatnot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, fire EMS is a big category on there right now. So people love it. It's a lot of firemen, a lot of people that like fire, a lot of people that like EMS. Even police is a big thing. So everybody like it. It's a lot of big people, that I know. as far as TV shows that I would be willing to bring y'all onto so that y'all can bring them on the show.
Definitely.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Definitely.
Charlie would be a good one for y'all to as far as a paramedic perspective. I know some people from some fire shows. I know some people from First 48, stuff like that. So it's up to you.
Oh, definitely. Anything you can do to help. I mean, that's most grateful.
Yeah.
Most
All y'all
appreciated.
got to do is let me know, man. If I got something you need, text me, let me know, call me, and I'll make sure you get it. You know, I'm now hard to get along with. Man.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Chief, if you
Sure.
want to plug your TikTok address and whatnot,
Say it again.
I said you want to plug your TikTok and your YouTube channel and everything. Where do they need to go?
Oh, yeah. Y'all just go to that guy link. It's THTGUYLEKE, and that's on all platforms. You can go watch it. Very motivational. So it'll be something good for you to see. And if anybody needs anything from me, just shoot me a message on my IG or my Facebook. Anything, I'm willing to help anybody. So just let me know.
Well, we
Awesome.
definitely appreciate you. And while I got it up here, we're actually part of an affiliate program for EV Mux now, which is that's the QR code for our regular website. But with that, I'm gonna wrap it up and thank you again for coming in tonight. And if there's anything we can do for you, for sure, reach out to me. That's not a problem. I'll do what we can to help you, and we'll do like.
And you're welcome back anytime you want to come.
Man, all y'all got to do is let me know you got a show and I'll pop up.
Sounds
Awesome.
good. Sounds good.
Sure.
All right, Leek. Well, I hope you have a good night. I know you had an 8-hour broadcast today, so you're probably getting kind of tired. So.
Oh, I'm good, man.
So.
I appreciate it for sure, man. Y'all be safe.
We will.
You too, bro.
Definitely.
All right, sir.
Take it out.